The sun was shining brightly in the clear blue sky. Birds were chirping merrily, singing their joy at the start of the holidays. Children were running around, shouting with excitement for Eid. It was Eid morning, the day after Eid al-Fitr, which marked the end of Ramadan. I woke up early in the morning to the sound of gunshots. It was a new experience for me, because I had never heard them before. I peeked out of my window and saw our neighbor, Mr. Williams, celebrating with his friends and family. He was firing into the air, not in a threatening way, but just sort of like he was giving a salute to the sky. Later that morning, while getting ready for Eid, my mom told me, "Yar, today is a special day." She always called me Yar, which meant dear or beloved in Arabic. I had no idea what she was talking about. All I knew was that today was a holiday. When we stepped outside, all the men in my dad's family were gathered together, along with Mr. Williams. They were all wearing their finest clothes, which meant they looked very handsome, even though they were all related. I mean, it's not every day that you get to see a bunch of handsome Arabs in one place. After exchanging pleasantries, we all got into the car and drove to the main square. The entire town was there. Families were picnicking under colorful tents, children were playing, and the air was filled with delicious food. There were also lots of animals, including goats, sheep, and camels. Thought they were there for the picnic, but I soon realized they were actually for sale. My dad walked over to a group of men and started talking with them. I didn't know what they were saying, but I could tell from their facial expressions that they weren't discussing the weather. Soon, my dad came back and said, "We have company." I turned around and saw two unfamiliar faces. Assalamu alaikum. Komu, alaikum, assalam. We all responded in unison. The man continued, "I am here to buy a goat for the Eid al-Adha sacrifice. Do you have any for sale?" My dad replied, "Yes, we do have some goats, but they are quite expensive." "How much are they?" the man asked. 1,500 rials, my dad answered. "That is too expensive. Can you bring down the price?" "No, this is the lowest I can go." "All right, I will take 2. And with that, the deal was done. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. People actually sold their goats for money. I thought they brought them to the picnic. Then I realized that the goats were actually for a sacrifice. Sacrifice for what? I didn't know then, but I would soon find out. The men left and returned home with the goats. After the initial shock, everyone began preparing for the sacrifice. We all gathered around the courtyard, and my uncle began reciting verses from the Quran. To be honest, I was scared. I thought they were going to sacrifice the goats by stoning them to death. You know, like they do in those old-school action movies. But instead, they did something much more humane. They made sure the goats were as comfortable as possible until it was time for the sacrifice. They also made sure that it was quick and painless. Afterwards, we all went home, and my mom made a delicious meal for everyone. The best part was that we got to eat the goat. I was pretty happy because that meant I would get to try something new. Well, it wasn't exactly new, but it was new to me. I tried some kabza, which is a traditional Arabic dish made with rice, meat, and spices. I loved it. The rest of the day was spent visiting family and friends. I also got to play with my cousins, which was really fun. Overall, it was a great day. I learned about sacrifice, generosity, and family. And I got to eat some delicious food.